Okay, homework problem number 1 is states if 1.15 grams of magnesium sulfate, let's lower the camera a little bit, is dissolved in 500 grams of water, what's the molality? You have a question? Yeah. Okay. All right, so we're going to start by setting this up. Since we're looking for molality, then we want the solute over the solvent. Okay, so we're going to start with the solute. That's this, 1.15 grams magnesium sulfate, and I'm going to put it over the solvent, which is 500 grams of water. Okay, so that's solute over solvent. All we have to do now is convert to the right units to get moles of solute over kilograms of solvent. To go from grams to moles, we need a molar mass. Magnesium, sulfur, oxygen. Magnesium's atomic mass is 24.3050. Sulfur's atomic mass is 32.065. Oxygen's atomic mass is 15.9994. I've got one of the magnesiums and one of the sulfurs, and I've got 4 of the oxygens. Oh, let's see. I moved my. What? Would that be easier? Y'all know how to do this? Everybody's cool with this? All right. So we round off. After everything's done, we round it off. What is the answer here? 0.36.
After rounded off is 8.
Okay, and that'd be grams of magnesium sulfate equals 1 mole of magnesium sulfate. Okay, and you have to have all of this in here. Then this becomes part of your conversion unit, or becomes your conversion unit. You're going to take the matching the units and species that match what's in the top here and put it on the bottom here. 120.368 grams of magnesium sulfate, and put the other side of the equality statement on the top, 1 mole of magnesium sulfate. Okay, and when we cancel units and species, we have moles of magnesium sulfate on the top, which is what we're going to need for molality, moles of the solute. In this case, the solute is magnesium sulfate. Now, our solvent right now is in grams. We need the solvent in kilograms. We need an equality statement for a conversion unit that will give us a change from grams to kilograms. The equality statement is something that you should just memorize. 1,000 grams equals 1 kilogram. You have to write it down and show it to me because I'm from Missouri. But then you're ready to plug it in here, where you're going to put 1,000 grams on the top, which matches the grams on the bottom here, and 1 kilogram on the bottom here. This then, because I canceled grams, what I have on the bottom is kilograms of water, which is the solvent, and that's what I need to do to get this set up properly. Yes?
Would you have started off if, like, instead of doing it all in one long equation like that, we just converted them?
As long as you show the work, and all the steps that I require, you can do it as more than one problem if you want to, instead of doing one problem. Yep.
I don't know why I did this. I didn't put the 500 grams of water under the magnesium sulfate.
Okay, where'd you put it?
I put it. I did the molar mass, and then next to it, before the 1,000 grams, I put the 1 over.
That's okay. You can do that. Okay, do you all understand what he's asking? Instead of putting solute over solvent in this step, he put solute over 1, and then over here is a second step, or actually another step besides the 3 I have. He put 1 over the solvent amount, which is okay. You can do that. As long as all the steps are there to show me what you did to get the solute over the solvent in the correct units. How you get there is not as important as that all the steps are there. That makes sense? Okay. So then when we do the math, I'm sure some of you have the answer already. What do you have? What's the unrounded answer?
0.019.
Yep, correct. That's it.
That's all? So you took this, divided by, times this, divided by that, and you got this number? Okay. How many significant digits do we need in the end? 3. So the leading zeros are not significant. We have to underline these two. At this point, we've got moles of magnesium sulfate over kilograms of H2O. Kilograms is the solvent. And this gives us the correct setup for molality, moles of solute, moles of magnesium sulfate down here, over kilograms of solvent, kilograms of water. So when we finally write our answer, we can say 0.0191 molal magnesium sulfate solution. Okay? So, molality, I don't know if we've said this yesterday or not, I can't remember if I did or not. Molality, when you have units of molality for a concentration unit, you can call the answer molal concentration. Molal concentration. Okay? All right. Since everybody seemed to have a problem with this, we must assign another one of these. If 4.75 grams of iron 3 bromide is dissolved in 500 milliliters of water, what is the molal concentration? I know the handwriting's a little sloppy. I was kind of in a hurry because I know we're running out of time too. Okay, so remember, come dress for lab tomorrow. We have to get the distillation done tomorrow, and we have to spend part of our distillation time working in class. So, captains, tomorrow, you have to make sure the distillation apparatus is running properly and get your team back to their desk with one person monitoring what's going on but taking notes at the lab table.
Is it molar or molal?
Molal. If we're looking for molality, it's molal. Yes?